if you're a young person and you have a skill and you're not earning from the skill, then it's useless. I learned from one of my mentors in high school. He told us that a wise man does a mistake, learns from it, and never does it again. But a successful man learns from the mistakes of a wise man. When you look at the product as money. Do not fear anyone, but respect everyone.
We Drive It Podcast, the journey of the young CEOs with Glory Jolly. Welcome to We Drive It Podcast. I'm your host, Glory Jolly, where we explore the journeys of young CEOs, young innovators shaping the industry. Today, where we are driving into the digital world of our special guest. And he is a very creative gentleman in the space of digital. He's called Emmanuel Bahindi. Sometimes I call him engineer. Yeah, he's the CEO of COTE Tech Limited. Wow, I'd love to know the meaning later. So he's going to share with us his journey of empowering young minds in the digital realm. So let's get on this journey together.
Well, thank you, Gloria, first of all, for inviting me to this podcast. My name is Emmanuel Bahindi, and I'm a software engineering graduate from Macquarie University. Passionate software developer and implementer of robust web applications and mobile application.
The second one you mentioned, I'm like, what is all about? But I shall know it later in this conversation. Okay. So, Emmanuel, could you share with us or could you share to our listeners your journey into this world of tech and your vision behind the founding COTE Tech?
Well, coming to my journey of tech, it starts with my passion about IT and creating innovation since my childhood. When I was a little boy, I think I first started using a laptop as early as P5.
What?
That's when
P5?
Yeah. That's how I was so curious about learning more about computers, developing stuff. And actually, I was a passionate engineer since my childhood. I remember that time. That's when during my primary school, that's when I happened to get a book from one of my dad's friends, a physics book for A-level. So he looked at me and was like, this guy should be an engineer. So actually, I really have that book up to
the word have come to pass. A professor have come to pass.
Yes. Big up to those guys.
Okay, big up to daddy.
Big up to daddy.
Yeah.
He really pushed a lot in my life. It's been a tough journey, but quite an amazing one.
Okay.
Now, at this point in time, I would like now to dive in to how COTE Technologies.
Yeah, that's where I was waiting.
Comes to life. When I joined Macquarie University, I was battling with how do I create websites, how do I create mobile apps. I looked at the likes of Zuckerberg creating Facebook, an innovation that has caught the world's attention. I look at Bill Gates coming up with Microsoft and stuff like that. So I was so curious about also creating something for Africa, an African being represented on the global market. I started thinking of things. How do I arrive at this? Made research, went to YouTube, Google, and other search engines. I came to learn that the only way to arrive at that is to learn how to code. When I joined the university, I didn't understand what programming is. So I decided to make research myself. So I was just passionate.
That word is still speaking in your mind.
Yeah. So I was just passionate about becoming an engineer. That's all. I really didn't care about which kind of engineer, but as long as I'm an engineer and I am an engineer of computers, that's all I wanted. But I didn't know what it takes.
Okay.
So when I started making a lot of research here and there, I realized that these are things I can really do because I always have that kind of zeal within me that I can do it if anyone else can do it. I also believe that I can do it. So I started learning how to code I started off with HTML and CSS. HTML is used for building websites, and CSS is used to style websites. So as early as year one, I started how to build websites myself. Learning, I started off with Google searches, going to W3 schools, Free Code Camp, where I earned a certification responsible.
I'm lost,
design.
guys. I'm really lost here.
Those are platforms where you can learn how to code.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have my colleague called Bruno Mugamba. This is some other aggressive guy, some other passionate guy about the field. That's how we start going to computer labs to learn how to code together, and we built our first project together. So after realizing my potential, realizing that actually however much the journey is tough, these are things I can do. We kept on pushing with Bruno. Pushing. Then I happened to share my idea with my friend in the US. His code is Abayo Alain. He was my OB in high school. Then he relocated to the United States. Big up to that gentleman. Very brilliant.
Wherever you are. Yeah, big up.
Brilliant and amazing person.
That's so nice. Everyone who's having an innovation or having a company or foundation, behind there is a story. And this is a story which we want to hear dialect from We Drive It podcast. So before we go deeper, tell me, what's the long term of COTE Tech?
First and foremost, I'd like to explain what is COTE. It stands for Center of Technology Evolution. The long-term objective of COTE is to skill young people right from primary level to through secondary to universities and postgraduate. COTE also provides a space for working class people to also come and skill in IT. Our aim was, like, if I come to Gloria running her radio station, I don't need to change the traditional way things that Gloria understands. I just need to help Gloria change to the technology aspect without feeling the impact of change. So let's grow together as we fully advance to technology. So that's where the name comes from, evolving technologies. And our core vision is to elevate possibilities in the digital space. So how do we want to elevate possibilities? You cannot build a better tomorrow if the young people are not skilled. Innovations may be there, but if you don't know how to execute something, you may never implement it at the end of the day. So we want to make IT as something as an optional skill to the young people. You can be a doctor, but you can as well know how to build a website. You can build a blog website about yourself. You can have your personal research. You don't need to pay 2 million, 1.5 million, 3 million, 800,000 to a software developer to do that for you. Because I believe that is something, even if you are to employ someone to do that for you, at least you should have a concrete understanding of your requirements, of what it takes, so that you don't spend a lot of time to pay someone even to come and maintain something that is easy. So we want to equip young people with skills, regardless of their profession, whether you're a doctor or a finance person or you are a journalist. Or our goal is to make sure that these young people, right from their day one, they have these skills. More like you see, like people are now, almost everyone knows how to drive.
Yeah, everyone.
So driving is not something that someone should be proud of as something special they know. It's like an additional skill. So we want to make IT an additional skill, because I believe if someone has that additional skill, if they have an innovation or a research in their medical space, or in their finance space, or in their media space, they can easily transform these ideas. It makes it like very easy to collaborate or to work with maybe journalists or whatever profession it is, to make these innovations come to life. Because when I'm a software engineer and I'm trying to transform a journalistic idea it may take us a lot of time and a lot of effort to understand each other because we are speaking different languages. You get
I'm laughing even because totally we are speaking something different, different words.
The words we are speaking, the language is totally different.
Very different.
Very different. Because
Yeah.
when I talk of things like I'm going to deploy a website on VPS,
I don't understand.
all shared, you see. But these are simple things that we can train young people from day one. More like when you go to developed economies, these are things that people know. You cannot lie to anyone. Technology is part of them. Digitization is part of them. Almost the biggest number of the people know what is a website. They know how to what happens. Okay, they may not practically, everyone may not practically know like how to host, but at least what I believe is they understand what it means. Yeah. They understand what VPS is, shared hosting, how much it costs. This will help Africa so much in terms of ideating and bringing innovations to life. That's our core
vision.
We look at elevating possibilities in the digital space.
I think what I like most is what is unique is also you focus in different area, that is including also the media part of it. Most especially in these companies which are dealing with digital space, whatever. They focus maybe in one area, and whereby me sitting with you talking those things, some things I'm kind of confused. I'm like, what is this all about? But I think at the end of this conversation, I will get to understand you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, COTE Tech focus on empowering young minds, as you said, in the digital space. How does the journey of being a young CEO intersect with your mission of blending in the digital gap?
What I can say is the journey isn't an easy one because establishing a company, first of all, you need to understand your clients.
Yeah, that's a very key.
And then you also need to understand the product you're selling to clients. Then without forgetting to always stick to the vision of the company, however much other opportunities may come in. But as a young CEO and a team lead of my colleagues, focusing on our vision has been very key. The major challenge we faced on the way is the financial aspect. The company didn't have money. And I personally, the finances were just enough for me, not for the company, because I was a freelancer and then later worked at TAPA. TAPA stands for Toil and Promote Agriculture. And then later I worked for Baylor College of Medicine in Uganda in Mbago. So in the process, I was trying to build capacity without forgetting my vision in mind that I have to keep this company going well. I believe in if I found COTE Technologies and I shared my idea to colleagues and they really understood the vision, I believe I don't need to be there. I just need to set up something that will be revolutionary, something that I don't need to be. Even when I'm not there, people are doing their work. Today, I'm working for the Media Challenge Initiative, but work is happening. People are doing things because as IT people, we work remotely. The other biggest challenge is you sleep less.
For sure, that I can tell you, it's really true, especially in your industry. People don't sleep.
No sleep at all. If you want to be an entrepreneur, most especially in the tech space, it means you have to carry the burden of everything that comes along. You have to forego the sleep to reason, to think creatively because technology is growing every day. Otherwise, you'll be building amazing solutions which are no longer relevant to the community.
I like that. If you're listening me, I think you need to pick that sentence. Totally, you need to pick it and get to look at your space there. What are you doing?
Yeah. So you may be building solutions that are as relevant as to the people of 2006, but we are in 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm enjoying the journey, and I believe also the listeners are enjoying the journey. So now we're coming back to the impacting the next generation. So you as a CEO of this company, now we bring this earlier of IT education program. How does it impact lives, and how does it inspire the young people in Uganda? Maybe you have done something so far in the long run of the journey.
How it impacts the young people of Uganda is we are not only just focusing on the young people getting the skills,
Okay.
but we are focusing on how do they monetize the skills. Riding on my story journey, when I joined Makerere University, I happened to start making money as well as my year one. When I learned these skills, I was able to build websites. Yeah, I started off charging people cheaply because I was looking at selling myself to people, like building capacity, building a brand of my own self. My first website was of my own. My own father.
How does it look like when you compare yourself right now and back then? Is there much different?
Way big difference, Yeah. So I built a website. My first website was for toil and promote agriculture. It is even still live and working. tapagric.org was my first website. People can check it out. And then my next website was for Chenjojo District Farmers Association. Then I also built a website for Retop Eco Resorts. It's a resort in Chegegwa. Then I also built a website of my own COTE UG.
You went again to rebuild it again.
Yeah.
Wow.
COTE UG.
I think I need to look the previous and the current one.
You should look at, I think you will not be able to look at the previous. You can look at the current. The current is COTE UG, COTE. UG.com.
Okay.
People can check it out to find more about us, though it's a lot of improvements are going on. A lot of work is being done to make sure that we push more to our people, because we have been training people. I have testimonials from the people that have gained from COTE Technologies, however much it's a very, very young registered startup, but testimonials are there. We have been working underground.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so amazing. Guys, I believe you're picking something. Surely me always I usually pick something in every episode, in every journey I get to hear from With Rabbit podcast here. Before we continue, guys, I think let's have a little bit break. I want to make this engineer to relax a bit. Maybe today he didn't sleep well. Let me give him a little humor break. Then we shall come back to With Rabbit podcast. We Drive It podcast, the journey of the young CEOs with Glory Jolly. Wow, guys, welcome back to We Drive It podcast. It was a short break, and I believe, guys, you have been learning a lot in the previous conversation. Still, I'm here with engineer. Let me use the engineer Bahindi. I love Bahindi instead of Emmanuel. Everyone have a successful story in their journey. And I believe you too, you have a successful story that keep pushing you to move on, but also keep encouraging you all the time.
Besides passion for IT, I have one motto in my life. If the skills I have can't make money for me, then they are as useless as anything I can think of.
Okay.
So my success, ever since I deployed the first website, that was a success story. It's an achievement. And I delivered my first website on a fee. Yeah, okay. 400,000. This is a success story for me to earn that money as well as year one. You're a fresh student at campus and you're earning your first 400 UGX. That's a success story. And from that point, for the 4 years, I have built like 20 plus projects, like websites.
Wow, 20
of course, notably, another important success story is when I developed the voting platform for Makerere University Engineering Associations.
Ooh.
That was developed in 2021.
Wow.
Me and my colleague Bruno, we did that, and they've been contracting us to run the elections every year.
That's so cool.
riding on my success stories, like we believe we as the founders, we are role models because as young as we are as a company, we have already realized contracts. We developed a music website more like Spotify for a client. But these are products that I can refer people to check out. And when you look at the products, look at the product as money.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a success story for the company.
yeah, pick that.
What I can say, if you're a young person and you have a skill and you're not earning from the skill, then it's useless. You know.
Willie, I'm getting something. I think that's another part I want to ask you in this journey.
Okay.
What are the tips that you feel like it can help this person, especially the person is really interested in IT, in this digital industry area, and also it helped you?
Thank you for that amazing question. The first and very important tip to anyone who wants to dive in the digital space, or in the IT space, or in the software development space, you really need to focus so much on passion first. First, have the love for tech before you come into tech. Whoever doesn't like tech, they will be forced to like it because we are going digital in everything. Then number 2, focus on one and only one goal. When I started my journey, I said I want to be developing websites and PWS, progressive web apps, websites that generate apps automatically. Like you build an app and you also have a website. From knowing what you want to achieve, go to how do I achieve it? Now plan. Then now give yourself targets. So marketing yourself is also very, very, very important. At COTE Technologies, we also teach the young people how to market themselves. Besides you knowing the skill, how do you push the skills to clients? So you must prove to the client that you can deliver top-notch work, selling yourself. Because after knowing that, then after learning how to code, so what? You need to make money out of the skill.
That's true. I may tell you what you're saying, it's true regarding to my a little bit journey of being in the IT area. It made me to come back to my personal journey of saying, I thank my daddy who pushed me in IT while I never want. I told him I want to be in human resource short course. Then my dad was like, no. I want you to go in IT. I'm like, I don't want. I was pissed. Do you know what I took? Computer science.
Wow.
So when I took computer science, after the first year, the second, I think the second semester, we started this coding thing.
Right.
I started to like it, but in a long run, there is a lecture who came. There's a way he was teaching us. I started to hate it. But remember, in the computer science, there's a part where you can start the website and the graphics.
Yeah.
So I came to be good in website, but also in the graphics later. But I was not sleeping like you.
I didn't know I have an amazing programmer in the room.
Yeah. So what I could do, I could make some simple websites. And I remember I get some money, but not really much. And I start to invest more in graphics. I was not sleeping at all. As you said, I must make sure that from learning from any tutorial on YouTube, I need to do whatever exactly they have done.
Yeah.
So after doing that, in certain way, it improved me quickly. As you say, you can find yourself 1 month already done, know everything. And it's true. I knew everything.
It depends on the input.
Exactly. So to cut it short, right now, in this journey of mine of journalism, I'm inputting that things I've learned in computer science. What you're saying, all in all, it's really true. And it's late with my journey of
you
IT.
will come to appreciate more amazing things in that space.
Yeah, that's really true. So guys, today with Bahindi, I found myself bringing my journey within the journey of Bahindi. So Bahindi, everyone in the journey, they have a power within them, pushing them to continue. So what is the power driving you to continue with the journey up to now?
The power is the confidence that I can do things.
I've seen that confident, really.
Naturally, I can say I'm a confident person when it comes to talking about matters and doing things. Even if I meet the most feared person, I believe I don't fear anyone apart from God.
That is super.
I just believe no one should fear anyone. But what is important, you should respect everyone.
I think guys pick that. That's very key part of it. And as we are going a little bit at the end of this journey in this We Drive It podcast episode, now we are going this part of collaborating for innovation. How can you inspire young innovators and the organization to collaborate with COTE Tech to fuel innovation and change?
Yes. First and foremost, I would like to say that for the young people, those are our target people. We are opening up like young people to sign up to our platform. We have a diverse range of techniques of delivering knowledge. Either they can reach out to us or we can reach out to their homes, depending on the packages that we are offering to the people, but we want to make our services as cheap as possible. So we are open for partnerships for organizations, media hubs, IT companies, most importantly schools and universities. We are really open to partner with anyone in the media space, in any space, because we are skilled software developers. We build websites, mobile apps. We have amazing developers, so they really understand the process. They can really guide on how to optimize costs in the implementation of different software related.
Wow, guys, resting conversation. And I may say here, that's when I'm going at the end of this podcast. Maybe before we close up, do you have last words or advice for these young people? Because we're in this generation of digitalization. So what they can be powerful to them.
I will still repeat myself. We need to very straightforward to fellow young people. The process of achieving anything in life is not an easy process, regardless of whether you're in IT or not. One, first and foremost, you need, as a young person, you need to uphold your faith. You need to uphold your relationship with God. Then number two, as you're coming to the IT space, you need to be working smart, and then identify the right people, and then you need to draw yourself closer to people who know what you want to learn, and then you need to be patient. Every time you fail, never lose hope. There is a saying I learned from one of my mentors in high school. He told us that a wise man does a mistake, learns from it, and never does it again. But a successful man learns from the mistakes of a wise man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so as a young people out there, you don't need to go through the mistakes and the journey I went through. Yeah, you don't need to suffer. But if you have the right mentors, the right people, the right tools, the right resources, you'll finally achieve something I achieved 2 years just in a space of 6 months. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to host me to this platform.
Wow. Guys, if you have the mentor, make sure to listen careful. Pick someone that will help you for your journey to achieve a lot of things. Like to Bahindi here. He picked a word and he went with it, and it have changed his life up to now. Wow. Always is a powerful conversation. Thank you so much, Engineer Emmanuel, for sharing your remarkable journey and commitment of empowering tomorrow's innovators. As we continue on this journey, let's remember that the future is bright when we invest in the dreams and potential of young minds. Join us next time for the more inspiration conversation on We Drive It. But before I cross, please follow me in AfroPod by subscribing and listening to this podcast under the name of We Drive It Podcast.
Bye-bye.